Shalom, brothers and sisters. Apologies for the 2 days of no videos. I had to get out there and get some stuff sorted out. One of the things was finally getting the exhaust on the car repaired because of a rock on a ground road that smacked it to bits for me. So I've been dealing with those things and just sorting out issues that needed to be sorted out. And 2 days and in the life of a watchman, and bang, things go crazy. Israel with the whole operation that went down, the chaos around everything. I watched the video of the guys live, the Palestinians at the UN, demanding that the settlers and occupiers be dealt with and sanctions be imposed against them because of the peace-loving people of Jenin, which is actually a terrorist stronghold. And they get to call them occupiers and settlers, even though it's Israel's country. They are Israel. So how can they still call them that? And the UN's got no problem with that. But again, united nitwits that are one-sided in their hatred for all things good, all things Jewish, Israel, all things Christian, all things Bible. They will be against that. That's just the world we're living in at the moment. But yes, I'm happy to see, even though there was fatality on the Israeli side, that they managed to clear out a lot of terrorists, find a lot of weapons and ammunition and bomb-making devices and everything, and tunnels. And so overall a good start, and it's a good message to the enemy. But as I predicted, now the rockets have started flying and there's retaliation on that side. This will spiral. It'll keep growing as the rest of them grow bolder and decide to either step up to the plate and all-out attack Israel, or wait for Russia's guidance, Gog and Magog, Psalm 83 war. All these things are potentially unfolding in front of our faces. It's all right there. Israel's between a rock and a hard place. And fortunately, if she'll open her eyes, these Bible codes by Maticha or Glasserson, the whole time, God is consistently telling them, repent, 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 turn back to me. If they turn back to the rock that they're against, it is the rock of the ages. They need to call on him, accept Messiah, and they will be sorted, instead of just facing the hard place all the time on their own. And then France, burning to the ground. I mean, I watched videos where they break into dealerships and steal luxury cars and just drive off into the night with them. No retaliation, no one stopping them. It is chaos all round, burning down libraries, irreplaceable manuscripts lost forever. This is a shadow and an example of the godless army that is going to be used against all believers and Jews in this final week that's ahead. This is a perfect example. They're eradicating culture and history and replacing it with themselves and preparing and arming themselves and getting ready to be used correctly. What the actual heck? And it's happening in front of us. We all see it. And I mean, at least Macron got to go and see his concert. So, there's some good news for France. He was entertained, and I bet they paid for it while they were paying for it in fire, flames, and destruction at the same time. So, no, craziness, absolute craziness. And then you read things like all races now have to be capitalized at all times in sentences. This is now a new thing they're pushing through, and they're looking at doing that with genders and everything as well. I don't even capitalize other religions. If I write the name of other religions or other gods, I try to make a point of writing it in small letters, because yes, I'm looking down at you. You're false. You're not worthy of the capital. I'll capitalize anything Jesus says, and things about God I'll capitalize. But now you want me to capitalize all your rubbish because you're creating a God in your own image. That is the world. Man was created in the image of God, and now they want to create God in their image. And unfortunately, their image is horrifying. And what they are creating is horror. And that horror will be unleashed upon themselves in this final week. And that's the bit that a lot of them are not realizing just yet. They're still being entertained with the missing submarine that imploded. They're still being entertained by Elon Musk and Zuckerberg and their little fight that's even going to take place in a coliseum. What the actual heck? France is burning to the ground. China is ready for war. Chaos is erupting everywhere. People are threatening nuclear warfare, but everybody's interested in giving them a coliseum to go smack each other around like a bunch of nerds. What the heck? You can't, if I had to go back to 2019 and tell myself, never mind other people, half of the things I'm seeing with my own little eyes right now, I would laugh at me and say, there's no way. What the heck? No, that can't be. And it is. We're born for a time such as this, and we will warn as many as we can and wake up as many as we can. And in that light, I have gone and replenished my flyers in local languages, Xhosa, Northern Sotho, English, and those can be dished out. Got some church planting materials that I want to look into getting going. And yeah, just focused a bit on the back end of the ministry that I don't normally talk about. And on that side, I want to thank everybody that has supported and those that do. It's hugely helpful to the ministry and gives me the ability to reach further and further and do more and more all the time in the time that we have left, which is little. And for all of those who are supporting in prayer and emails of support and encouragement, I love you guys. I need that. That is amazing. That's really appreciated. So let's stand together and let's run this final stretch, and let's live for Jesus Christ and make a difference, and let's shine our light in the darkness as brightly as we can, because at least we can leave. You know, when a spotlight hits you when you've been in darkness the whole time and it leaves an after image in your eyeball, I want the devil and his minions to have an after image burnt into their retinas when we leave because of the light we shone in the darkness. That's what I want to leave behind, all of us. Pray for each other, support each other, encourage one another. If you see people suffering, go and help where you can, how you can. Sometimes it's not in money, sometimes it's in a meal. And if you can't even do that, sometimes it's just encouragement and prayer. There's many ways you can make a difference to the kingdom and to people's lives and to show Jesus in your everyday life. So be that light in the darkness. Seek him first above all else and trust that he's got you. He shows that to me all the time, consistently, to the point where I will probably step off a cliff and just expect him to catch me, because I know he's got us. He's got us all the time, regardless of what our senses or the world is telling us. Jesus has got you. But God, always remember that. No matter what your story is, there's always a but God in your story. God bless. Keep looking up. We're almost home. If you haven't watched the timeline, go watch it. If you've watched the timeline, scroll a bit further into the teachings. Go look at 30 AD. Just be encouraged, be strengthened, stay in the Word, keep seeking the Lord's face. Shalom.